Hi guys, this is suddenly feeling like a dramatic, I just lost someone, I need to come and give them a speech type of video. No, actually I had gotten quite a number of messages as regarding Miles. So people had politely asked what happened, circumstances that surrounded his death, and I thought it would just make sense to just make a video and really just talk about it now that I think I'm better to talk. First off, I would never have imagined that I would have to make a video like this, a video where I have to talk about how my dog died. It's interesting in a really sad way, but this is where we are now. And just in case there are people that think it's just a dog, why is it doing all of this? I hope you find God and I hope you find peace. So the whole thing started sometime last year, November. His interest in food just kept reducing. Then I thought his pickiness, his selectiveness with food was one of those things. So I sort of didn't pay too much attention to it. Once in a while, he would eat, the high protein stuff, chicken, beef, all of that stuff, all of the things that every dog would like. And I just assumed he was really being picky. He just wanted chicken and all of that. Until I decided that this morning that you are demanding no deal, you have to eat your food. And he would ignore. Sometimes he would go half day without eating, sometimes the whole day. Then that's when it began to really give me concern. Actually, before then, I had called the vet that vaccinated him. This is what I've noticed. So he gave me a few tips on what to do. It didn't really help much, so I decided to take him to a clinic. And I decided to take him to a good clinic, a clinic that I knew they would do like a really, really solid job. And so I took him to pet care at Okwebi. They did the first round of tests, and the results that I got were quite shocking, because in my head, it's not that he's just not eating. There is a lot. So I was saying things like gastritis, colitis, inflammation here, inflammation there, his belly is dilated, there is a foreign body in the system, he has a failing kidney, he has liver issues, he has anemia. And I'm just surprised, like, okay, I had no idea it was this bad. So I took the results to another vet, the same vet that I said did the vaccinations. I just believed his judgment. If you remember the first time Miles was sick, it was the person who treated Miles. So I just, let's do this. Made payment, started treatment. Treatment took about 5 days, and I wasn't quite getting what I was expecting. I wasn't quite expecting. Then the MD at Pescare called me again to follow up. Then I explained what Miles had been subject to at the other clinic. And he immediately said I should bring him to the clinic. That this doctor has not been tackling what he needs to tackle. Like, he has not been tackling the priority ailments. Yeah, I immediately took Miles to this clinic, which is Pescare. I learned that his kidneys were failing. I also learned that his liver wasn't exactly working as it should. His blood level was low. The things that are meant to be low are high, like extremely high. Things that are meant to be high are extremely low. So there were a lot of reds in the reports I got. So I was really worried. He had still not eating, so it was not very effective for the drugs to do what they were supposed to do. So, we're trying everything. We're trying force feeding, we're trying a whole bunch of things. I bought a bunch of drugs I would never have imagined I would have bought. And I was buying them in like 5-day intervals. So we're just hoping that the drugs will help the kidney to regenerate, kick up and go back into their usual state. So I was really praying at this point. Like, I had been praying, but at this point my prayers intensified. Oh my God, you have no idea. I had a lot of you guys texting to pray also, All of this while I was hopeless, I was helpless. Until I think a week after, when we went for another set of tests, the results were so bad. As regards the kidneys now, they were so bad. The doctors even attempted to force out fluid from the system because now he's not releasing pee, he's not able to pee. So all of that liquid is staying in the system, which is bad. It could affect more organs, it could affect the heart, It was so bad, his lungs were retaining water. It was scary. It was scary to hear. And trust me, they did a lot at pet care. They did everything they could do. There is no medical thing we could not think about that they did not do. So they just told me that we've gotten to a point where we don't think, all of these things we are doing can help much. The lungs are filled with liquid, kidney is just getting only worse. He's not able to eat, he's losing weight. My dog went from 35 kilograms to 21 kilograms because of this sickness. So they told me that we only have the option of dialysis or a transplant. Mind you, kidney transplants in dogs have like a 40% success rate, and in that same 40%, sometimes the body might decide to refuse the kidney, might just, so it's a messy situation. It's not something that gives you enough reason to trust the process. So it wasn't like an option for me. Besides the fact that it was really expensive. It's really expensive, you know how these things can be. So I obviously couldn't do dialysis because dialysis is a lifelong thing. The moment you stop it, your dog is just on a downward spiral curve. So that was when I said, oh, dang it, I'm just going to take my boy home and give him the most comfortable last few weeks of his life. That was me thinking he was going to still be alive for a couple of weeks. Then I got a call from Creators, and shout out to Creators, huge shout out to Creators as well. Said I should bring the dog over just for a second opinion, which I did. And it was on the way to Creators I noticed that this guy wasn't going to make it. Miles. I saw him hyperventilating in the car. The AC was on, but he was still hyperventilating. I had to carry him into the hospital, to the clinic. It was an emergency case. We had like 5 doctors at the same time, trying to save this guy. He got injections here, injections there, injections to the heart, just to calm him down. But when the head doctor at Creators checked, she found out that, the fluid in the lungs is so much and it's not a really savable case. So he died on the 2nd of March this year, 2023, in case you're watching this later in life. And that was it. I had been miserable. I was miserable for the first few hours. Can this dog stop barking? I'm trying to be in a sad mood. But yeah, you guys were the absolute best. You are the best. This last few weeks of mine have really opened my eyes to see that I have the best people in my space. I have the best people in this community we are trying to propagate. Because if I didn't have your constant messages and calls, I probably would have lost it. But yeah, thank you so much. So much. Roxy, on the other hand, is she's okay. She's been extra clingy since the incident, but she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Who knows? She will be getting another brother soon. I hope to catch you in the next one. So till then, peace.